Warren Buffett is one of the most successful and well-known investors in the world. Warren Buffett is reportedly worth over $100 billion. He was born on August 30, 1930. An ambitious young businessman, Warren Buffett is in the early stage of building his financial empire. He set his sight on a struggling company out of Midwest, hoping to break it apart and sell its assets. The Oracle of Omaha has remained as one of the richest men in the world. In this video we're going to learn how Warren Buffett beat the stock market and became a self-made investment billionaire. Warren Buffett's immense fortune is tied the world's largest conglomerate, Berkshire Hathaway. Buffett himself was lucky enough to be born into the family of a local stockbroker, Howard Buffett. Buffett was born in Omaha in 1930, right as the Great Depression was kicking off. Warren's father was a smart businessman, so despite the crash he was able to provide for his family. In 1942, Howard moved the Buffett family to Washington, D.C., where Warren naturally felt very lonely. He'd spend his days doing math both at home and at school, and reading investment books in his father's study. It is these early years that instilled in Warren the ambition to become rich, and in fact he would tell his friends in school that if he wasn't a millionaire by the time he was 30, he would jump off the tallest building he could find. He displayed an early aptitude for business and investing, and by the age of 11, he would buy 6 packs of Coca Cola and sell them to his fellow students at a markup. His first real job came in 1944, when he started delivering the Washington Post around his neighborhood. That year, the 14-year-old Warren Buffett filed his first tax return, featuring a $45 deduction for his bicycle and watch. With the money he made delivering newspapers, he would purchase pinball machines, which he would then place in stores around the neighborhood. In 1948, the family was forced to go back to Omaha. Warren sold his pinball business in Washington, D.C. for a little over $1,000, and back home in Nebraska, he used that money to buy a 40-acre farm, which he then rented out. Warren used the farm's rent to pay his way through the University of Nebraska, where he got a bachelor's in business administration. He went to the Columbia Business School. There he met a teacher who would change his life forever. In fact, that man, Benjamin Graham. The two met in 1949, the same year when Graham published his magnum opus, The Intelligent Investor. Buffett fell in love with this method and he quickly became one of Graham's favorite students. Just a few years after graduating, Warren went to work for Graham at his investment company. There, Warren would master the art of security analysis, learning how to see the real value of a company just by glancing at its numbers. But, just 2 years later, Graham decided to retire, closing down his company and leaving Buffett on his own. Now at the time, Buffett had saved up $175,000, which he used to start a partnership where he could apply Graham's method. In 1958, Buffett noticed the Sanborn Map Company, which held a virtual monopoly on the production of detailed maps used in the insurance business. The company had been around for nearly a century, and while it had been doing poorly for the past decade, Buffett noticed something interesting on their books. The company had been investing its profits for the past 20 years in over 40 different stocks. Buffett did the math and it turned out that while the company's stock was trading at about $45 per share, just the investment portfolio alone was worth $65. So Buffett naturally started buying up the Sanborn stock until he held the majority of the voting power, at which point he liquidated the investment portfolio. Effectively, he spent $45 to buy $65, and in 2 years he made a 45% return with almost no risk. In January 1962, at 32 years old, Warren had officially become a millionaire, just 2 years after he had promised to jump off a building. That very same year, Warren encountered a cigarette butt that caught his eye, a struggling textile company called Berkshire Hathaway. The textile industry in New England was in decline for decades and Berkshire had closed 9 out of its 11 textile mills. Warren purchased a lot of stock at $7 and eagerly awaited the CEO's offer to buy them back. The CEO had tried to cheat Buffett out of 13 cents, and to return the favor Warren bought out the whole company and fired him. Warren started investing in stocks through the company of Berkshire. He started looking for amazing companies at fair prices. By 1983, Berkshire's portfolio was worth over $1 billion, and just 3 years later, Buffett himself was worth $1 billion. His first purchase using this new philosophy was American Express, a company whose stock he still owns to this day. Buffett himself the richest man on earth in 2008. Even with all of his riches and achievements, Buffett still remains an astonishingly frugal man who can be seen driving his 2014 Cadillac XTS, and often eating McDonald's for breakfast. Warren Buffett's life is a testament to the power of knowledge, patience and compassion. He became one of the richest men alive not by innovative technology or by inheriting billions, but by winning on the stock market consistently for over half a century. It's important to note that Warren Buffett's history and career are ongoing, and his investment decisions and portfolio may have evolved since my last knowledge update. His success and long-term perspective have made him an iconic figure in the world of finance and investing. Warren Buffett is a man who needs no introduction, for he is the patron saint of investing for almost anyone who has dabbled in picking stocks. He is revered by many because he did something truly exceptional. His wealth is primarily tied to his holdings in Berkshire Hathaway. It is clear that the Oracle of Omaha is a man who has lived by his principles and integrity. But above everything, he will be remembered as the man who understood the game of business and investment better than anyone else. Buffett is known for his modest lifestyle and is often cited as an example of living frugally despite immense wealth. He resides in the same house in Omaha, which he bought in 1958. Buffett's down-to-earth personality and humor have endeared him to many. His investment strategies, his business acumen, and his dedication to improving the lives of others continue to inspire and educate, reminding us that in the world of finance, as in life, integrity and wisdom are the ultimate currencies. This is the captivating tale of Warren Buffett, the Oracle of Omaha. And that's the wrap of our story for today. Thank you for joining us on this illuminating journey through the life and legacy of Warren Buffett, a man whose story will echo through the corridors of finance for generations to come. If you enjoyed this video, please press the like, share and subscribe to our channel, and please turn on the notification bell so you won't miss in our every uploads. There's lots of new content on the way, but until then, thank you so much for watching. You are a legend. Until then, I'll see you in the next one.